Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why are people not like me? Well, the fact or the answer to that is people can't be like you. They are unique in their own way. But you have two options. Either you keep on lamenting why people are not like you, or you can actually watch this video to find out why people are the way they are. Okay, so stick around because I'll be showing you each of the personality's key traits, their strengths, their weaknesses, and how you can effectively work with them. But before that, I have like a little twist. So instead of doing from type A to type D, we're going to be running it from type D all the way back to type A. Enjoy the video. Type D. So what does it mean to be a type D personality? Well, these individuals are enthusiastic, charismatic, and love to engage with others. You often find type D personalities in roles that require strong communication skills, whether in sales, teaching, or public speaking. They thrive on connection and are natural storytellers. They tell a lot of stories. Let's explore some key traits of type D personalities. 1. They are charismatic. They naturally draw people in with their charm and energy. They have this energy with them that usually just kind of draws people to come closer to them because they carry, like what I say, they carry a lot of vibe with them. 2. Expressive. They communicate their feelings and ideas with passion and enthusiasm. When you see this set of people talking about things they love, you can actually believe, especially when it's genuine, you can actually believe that they actually love this thing because the energy and the vibe they use to explain it to you, you might actually even fall in love with it. 3. Sociable. They thrive in social settings and enjoy building relationships. These people, when you kind of see them, they're kind of the life of the party. These are people that they know everybody knows them and they know almost everybody. So they are very, very sociable. They can meet people. They have a lot of friends. Some friends they don't even know about them. 4. Motivating. They inspire others to take action and pursue their goals. So I feel if you have someone like this as a friend and you kind of tell them this is something you want to do and this is the step you want to take for them to keep you accountable. These people, even though sometimes they might have high energy, if they actually channel that energy to actually assist you, my gosh, you will definitely most likely achieve what you want to do. Now let's discuss the strengths of type D personalities. 1. Communication. They excel at conveying ideas and engaging audiences. So I give the other example of them being teachers and them being public speakers. These people have energy that comes with them. Let's say they are talking about something on stage. I think with this set of people, you hardly feel bored because either maybe during the time as they are speaking, they are cracking a particular joke, or they're actually telling you stories that actually relate to what they are saying, which can actually help you understand better. 2. Enthusiasm. Their positive energy is contagious and can uplift those around them. With these people, there's really a dull moment. If they are dull, maybe something really happened to them. But usually, they always have high energy. If you're around these people and you're feeling dull, definitely there's a way, will I say, the energy kind of moves to you and you can't stay dull around people like that. 3. Creativity. They often think outside the box, bringing innovative ideas to life. So with these people, sometimes they kind of put them in, they talk a lot, but they don't do what they say they're going to do. Which to some extent, that kind of has a point. But most times, these people, the way they think, even though they talk a lot, so it's like everything they are doing is just all over the place. But if you're actually someone that you're able to help them, organize these thoughts and everything, and kind of put it down into practical things that people can understand, then you see some really wonderful, fantastic ideas in the things they're actually saying. Being a type D personality can be quite challenging at times. They face their own unique challenges too. 1. Impulsivity. They can act on emotions and make hasty decisions. So most times, making a hasty decision is not always the answer to the problem. Let's say something happens, and these people they have high energy. So as the energy is coming, once someone or maybe something happens, they react immediately. Which most times we all know that's kind of like not the best thing to do at that time. And 2 is difficulty with criticism. So they may struggle to handle feedback, especially if it feels personal. This set of people, As much as they have high energy and they are outgoing, there are some little feedbacks, maybe actually the one that are trying to maybe critical feedbacks to maybe help them grow, or maybe this is just someone just being insulting. It tends to hit home more because they are, as much as they express themselves more, they're also taking things like that much more harder than other people might actually take. Three, overcommitment. The eagerness to please can lead them to take on too much at once. This is them trying to satisfy this person. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and then most times they're not able to deliver on the commitment they made to each of those, let's say, people. Now they're not able to deliver on the commitment they made to each of those people because at that point it's like it is too much. So this when you don't keep to your word, of course the standards or the values you have or the way people see you tends to drop. But if you have experienced any of these challenges, you can share below. So how can you effectively collaborate with type D personalities? Here are some tips. 1. Foster open communication. Encourage them to express their thoughts and ideas freely. Don't allow these people, when you're in an environment, don't allow them feel like if they see something or if they share something, they're going to get critiqued for it, because most times they just tend to keep quiet. But which is kind of hard because they don't usually keep quiet. But create an environment where they are able and they are encouraged to express themselves, their thoughts, and share ideas freely. 2. Provide constructive feedback. Offer feedback in a supportive way to help them grow. So I know that I said giving them feedback hits home more than it might be for others, but in terms of this, I feel the way you actually deliver that feedback actually affects how that person reacts. So I feel you need to work on maybe how you actually you call them, how you should do it, you compliment them for what they are doing, and kind of say, if you're able to do this and this and this, you can actually be better, instead of just focusing on the thing that they did. So kind of be mindful of how you deliver the constructive feedback to them. 3. Set clear boundaries. Help them prioritize tasks to prevent overcommitment. Like I said earlier, usually the things they have are like literally all over the place. This is this. But trying to can help them organize everything. This is this. Let it be in an organized manner, so they can actually see that I'm actually at my max here. I can't keep on taking things, which kind of helps them prevent overcommitting to maybe taxes or people. You just watch the expressive personality, very energetic set of people, and if you watch that and say, oh wow, I'm an expressive personality, comment below. Now we are moving into the type C personality, which is the analytical personality. This is more of basically me. So let's dive into the type C personality. So what exactly is an analytical personality? Analytical types are logical thinkers who thrive on data and details. And for example, that's me. You often find them in roles that require critical thinking and problem solving, whether it's in tech, research, or management. They love diving deep into information. And let me give you an example of myself. So I love finance, kind of like tracking numbers and things like that. And I can sit and get lost in a spreadsheet for hours. I know that's weird, but kind of that's who I am. So let's break down some key traits of analytical personalities. 1. Detail oriented. They notice the fine details that others might overlook. For this set of people, accuracy is key for them. I would say for myself now, just something as little as, let's say, the table or a table where I work, and if I see something just a little bit tweaked, not how I kept it, I can actually notice that someone has actually touched that thing, which is not really common for other personalities to actually do. 2. Logical. They approach problems with reason and clarity. They rely on data rather than emotions. So I kind of see this is helpful, like in people in terms of managing money. So let's say you have a budget and it's like really tight and you have to stick with it. So having this type of people is actually lovely because due to them not relying on emotions, they're actually able to make logical decisions. So it kind of helps you know that if buying this doesn't make sense, then don't buy it. Rather than I might not see it again, and the emotional side of things and things like that. 3. Methodical. They like to follow a structured process to solve problems, ensuring every angle is covered. And I'm sure you've heard, people like this or people like me, we are perfectionists. So when we have a challenge, we like to, okay, this is a structured way we are going to approach it to ensure that it actually gets solved. But not, I would say sometimes we don't really like to, do that try and error kind of thing. We like to make sure that, okay, we are doing this, so this is detailed and this is what we are going to do to get the result that we want to get. 4. Inquisitive. They love asking questions and digging deeper to understand how things work. So with people like this or people like me, you see us kind of probing questions to kind of get down to the bottom of something. So usually when you tell us something first, especially if it's something that we don't really agree with, we don't usually just flow with whatever you say. We keep on asking, okay, why did this happen? How did this happen? We just keep on probing questions to try and understand the situation better so we can find a logic around it. Yeah, I guess. If you relate to any of these traits or you're like me, comment below. Now let's talk about the strengths of analytical personalities. 1. Problem solving. They excel at identifying issues and crafting logical solutions. So basically, when we have, well, kind of people that like to break things down. Let's say we have a paper, we have this issue, we kind of, okay, write this down. You see us, being all, okay, drawing this line, drawing this line, drawing this line to see, okay, this is what we can do, this is what we can do. So we actually, I would say, we are pretty good at problem solving, breaking down things to kind of find solutions for them. 2. Accuracy. I've said this before, perfectionist. Their attention to detail ensures high quality work. So this set of people, let me give an example now. Let's say cleaning, which is very easy. Will I say, look, most of them don't usually clean, but let's say in terms of like their working space, something as little as this. Let's say this is how I dropped this. I dropped this somewhere here, and I came the next morning and I see it here. For someone like me, I know that someone has moved this. Or let me give a more complex example. Let's say finance, for example. So now, let's say a particular number is off. Let's just say a really small number is off. People like us try to go back and find what actually caused it. Which some other personalities will actually be like, you know what, it's actually a small amount. Let me just leave it. But we will go back to go and find what actually caused that thing, which sometimes can be very time consuming. 3. Objectivity. They remain impartial, making decisions based on facts rather than feelings. In this, in our types of decision making, most times emotions is always out of it. Facts is what we follow. So if whatever is happening doesn't align with the facts, most likely it doesn't get done. And if you've ever experienced any of these strengths in action, share below. It's not always easy. Analytical personalities encounter their own set of challenges as well. And one of them is overthinking. They can get caught in analysis paralysis, making it hard for them to make decisions. Sometimes overthinking, so sometimes using logic to make decisions is good, but sometimes at a point it gets too much. When you are trying to break down everything, just make a simple decision. You are looking for this, and that. You sometimes you can actually have made a decision and save more time rather than spending a decision that you don't need to, really go and look for the logic behind it. You just need to just make it as fast as you can. Some is understandable. 2. Difficulty with emotions. They might struggle to connect with others on an emotional level, which can lead to misunderstanding. Like I said earlier, facts over emotions. So when people see decisions to take, it might actually lead to misunderstanding because we're not really connecting more on an emotional level. Instead, we connect more of like logically. So like in terms of more the money aspect, us not buying that thing can feel that we don't care. But basically, we know why we are doing it. But in the whole essence is that it causes a misunderstanding between you and the other person. 3. Rigid thinking. Their structured approach may make them resistant to new ideas or spontaneity thinking. So for this set of people, let's say you give them a new idea. So most times it is like if they can't do the math in their head of how this can work, they really don't really try it. They are really, I would say sometimes it's kind of like risk adverse. So let's say you're bringing them an opportunity and they can't see how this opportunity can make their investment worthwhile, most times they have issues like kind of expanding their thinking to say, okay, there's a different way to look at this. Sometimes they're like, this is how it should be done, and this is how we look at it. While in some cases now, the way you might actually be looking at it actually not be the right way. So in that case, I would say we have to be more open to listen to what other people might say, or be able to adapt to new ways of doing things. If you have actually experienced, or someone that has experienced any of these challenges, you can comment below. So how can you work effectively with people like me? Here are some tips. 1. Provide clear data. When discussing ideas, back them up with facts and figures. Don't just come to us and say this. We want to see the facts, we want to see the figures behind it, and so you can actually back up the thing you are saying, so it's easier for us to understand what you are saying. So that when we say no, you don't think we are being rude or anything like that. 2. Encourage questions. Foster an environment where they feel comfortable asking clarificative questions. So let's say you give them something, create an environment where they can actually ask you back, okay, I don't understand this. I know sometimes it can be a lot of questions, but you can actually create that environment, because it's good that we understand what we are doing, so we can actually put in our the best energy and not waste too much time doing that thing. 3. Be patient. Understand that they may take time to process information before making decisions. So for people, I would say, sometimes when it take time, we kind of do like a quick math in our brain of how this can maybe play out, or how this we kind of want to do as many scenarios as possible. If you go this is logical, this is the outcome. If you try this is the outcome. We want to try different scenarios before we say, okay, this can actually be the best one. Which I know is that, but just please be patient. Just finished watching the Type C personality, and now you have 2 more personalities to go. If you feel you are a Type C personality, you can comment below. And now we're going to be talking about the Type B personality. So these people are more of like the people, they value more of relationships. I don't need to say too much about it. Here is the Type B personality. So what exactly is a Type B personality? Type B individuals are known for their relaxed and laid-back approach to life. They're like, no stress, the world could be crumbling, they're like, I'm good, we're gonna figure it out. Very optimistic set of people. They are often seen as sociable and friendly, making them great team players and friends. Whether in school, work, or social settings, they value harmony and connection. Let's break down some key traits of Type B personalities. Here are 4 major characteristics. 1. Easygoing. Type B individuals tend to take life as it comes. They don't sweat the small stuff. They're like, this is happening in your business. They're like, calm down. We're gonna figure it out. Something's gonna happen. 2. They thrive in social situations and enjoy building relationships with others. For me, that's kind of like a driver and analytical person. This is something I really like, that I'm trying to learn from them. That kind of building relationships with people they haven't really even met before. 3. Supportive. Type Bs are great listeners and often put others' needs before their own. Like sometimes it's like they don't even care about themselves. 4. Creative. They often think outside the box, coming up with innovative ideas in a relaxed manner. You kind of see them, something is going on, and they're like, just see them. They're thinking, and when whatever they're thinking drops, it's like, wow, I think that can work. Now, let's talk about the strengths of the Type B personality. 1 is they are good team players. They foster a collaborative environment, making teamwork enjoyable. When you have leaders that are amiable, most times their goal is to make sure every single person in that team or group is working or functioning to their highest potential. 2. Flexibility. They are easygoing, which allows them to adapt to changing situations effortlessly. 3. Empathy. Their supportive attitude helps them create strong and trusting relationships. Like you can be talking to them, I don't really know how to do it, but they like, It's like they feel what you are going through. I don't really know how to put that in words. But if you've ever experienced any of these trends, leave a comment. It's not always a walk in the park. Type B personalities encounter their own set of challenges as well. First is procrastination. Sometimes their relaxed natures can lead to putting things off until the last minute. It's like I think these are the people that when I was in school, we get assignments on Friday to take home for the weekend, and those people, they come back to school on Monday morning and they're literally trying to finish your homework before the class starts. You literally had a whole weekend. 2. Avoiding conflict. They might struggle to confront issues head on, preferring to keep the peace. I think I kind of find myself in this, trying to avoid conflict. I don't just have time and stress to deal with it, so I kind of avoid it. 3. Lack of focus. Their easygoing attitude may lead to distractions, making it hard for them to concentrate. I think this kind of happens when, let's say, they have a task at hand to do, but someone asks for their help. They're like,
okay, I'll help you. Then someone else comes, oh, I'll help you.
And guess what? What they are meant to actually have done hasn't even gone anywhere. If you have challenges like this, drop a comment. So how can you work effectively with type B personalities? Here are some tips. 1. Encourage open communication. Foster an environment where they feel comfortable sharing ideas. I think this kind of works when they have like a very wonderful set of people around them, supporting set of people they are helping, people. I think people where there's no like this is the head person, everyone is kind of the same level, they could share their ideas and things like that. 2. Be patient with them. Understand that they may take time to process tasks at their own pace, so please don't rush them. 3. Create a fun atmosphere. Engaging them in enjoyable settings can boost creativity and productivity. You've gone through the type D, the type C, and the type B. Now we're moving into the type A personality, which are known as the drivers. If you feel you're a type B personality, you can also comment down below. And now let's dive into the last personality type, which is the type A. So what exactly is a driver? Drivers are action-oriented individuals who thrive on challenges and are always focused on results. You often find drivers in leadership roles because they have a natural ability to organize, direct, and motivate others. Think about it. If you need someone to lead a group project, a driver is your go-to. Now let's break down some key traits of the driver personality. Here are 4 major characteristics. 1. Decisive. Drivers make decisions quickly and confidently. They trust their instincts and aren't afraid to take risks. If you need a call made fast, look no further. Drivers will help you make that call. 2. Goal-oriented. They love setting and achieving goals, whether it's finishing a project ahead of schedule or smashing personal records. Drivers are always chasing that next win. They don't just stop. 3. Direct. Communication is straightforward with drivers. They like it straight with them. Don't go through this. They appreciate honesty and expect others to be clear and to the point. No fluff, just facts. 4. Competitive. Drivers have a strong competitive streak. They enjoy challenges and often strive to be the best, whether in sports, in academics, or any single area of their lives. If you can relate to any of these traits, leave a comment below, let me know. Now let's talk about the strengths of the drivers. 1. Leadership. Drivers naturally step up in leadership roles. They inspire others and create a sense of urgency. If you have a group around you and you're like, let's say you're in a class or something and they're like, oh, this group project, who wants to lead? They're usually the first ones to raise their hands. 2nd is efficiency. They get things done fast. Drivers are basically all about maximizing productivity and cutting out distractions. They want to get things done. What is on their head is, how can I get this done as soon and as fast as possible? Most times they even, hit things that might be in their way. 3. Problem solving. When challenges arise, drivers tackle them head on. They thrive under pressure and are quick to find solutions. It's like when you give them a problem, it's like their brains just moving. They're like, okay, this is the problem. These are things we can do. Let's go do those things. You can think of a time when you or someone you know exhibited this strength. Share them in the comments. Maybe you might just actually be a driver. But it's not all smooth sailing. Drivers also face challenges too. Like 1. Impatience. It's crazy because sometimes they literally want results yesterday. If you're in a meeting with a driver, don't be surprised if they do this. I don't have a word, but because to them, time is of the essence. 2. Overbearing. Their desire to control can come off bossy. If you ever feel this way around them, it's okay to speak up because drivers actually appreciate direct feedback. 3. Neglecting relationships. In their quest for goals, they might overlook emotional needs because it's like the emotional need can't benefit them achieving this goal, then emotional need back off. But just remember, it's totally fine to take a breather and check in with the people around you. Me personally, I find myself partly in this personality type because I also struggle with impatience and neglecting relationships sometimes. I know people I know around me are like, yes, 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 yes. It's fine. But if you've ever experienced these challenges yourself, leave a comment. So, how can you effectively work with drivers? Don't worry, I got you covered. I have a few tips for you. 1. Be direct. When communicating with them, just be straightforward. Don't beat around the bush. Drivers appreciate clarity and honesty. 2. Set goals. Drivers strive on objectives. They're more of like checklist kind of people. They're like, okay, this is done, not all over the place. If you're working on a project, make sure everyone knows what the goals are. 3. Keep up the pace. Try to match their energy because sometimes it's like they are literally running. Keeping the momentum going helps maintain their interest and engagement so you don't get this thank you, they just don't push you away. And that's a wrap. You just learned about the type D personality, the type C personality, the type B personality, and the type A personality. If you watched the video and you were able to discover which personality type you are, you can let me know. I would love to hear them in the comments. And now, if you want to take this a step further with actually building your influence so that people don't follow you because they have to, but they actually follow you because they want to, I recommend you check out this playlist on becoming a person of influence, and I'll see you guys on the other side.